So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the demo and show you what that looks like. So I'll start with Hero Flow and show you what the flow looks like. So this is what the flow looks like, and I'll kind of just briefly go over that. So an email comes in, we look at that email, we make sure we use an AI model here to check the intent of that email to say, hey, is this actually a quote request? And then we're looking at the accuracy rate. So if it's greater than 80%, we continue on. If it's less than 80%, we respond via email saying, hey, we need more information. From there, we're pulling the data out of that email, like where is it shipping from, where is it shipping to, what's the weight of the package, that kind of stuff. And then from there, we're responding at the end. We're looking at those data, and then we're going to go ahead and run their calculation that they have. And then we're going to do accuracy rate check again. And then from there, we're going to do a lookup on the email domain from the person who sent it and look it up in an SQL database to set up for Salesforce.com. And then basically, if it's less than, it's going to be sent an email, we need more information, or this is an address change, this is the quote department, please contact so-and-so for address changes, and kind of going through. Here's where we're basically taking that SQL lookup and then putting it into Salesforce.com. And then from there, we're going to be doing outputs. And the outputs in this case are going to be emails. All right. And so let me go ahead and show you what that email looks like. So here's a couple examples. So first is somebody comes in, puts in, says, hello, I'm trying to arrange shipping for 2 packages from Rome to Dublin, 200 pounds, so on and so forth. I'd like to arrive on such and such date. And then our response was, thank you for your request. In this case, they don't do from Rome to Dublin, so they say they can't do that shipping package. In the next email, somebody comes in and puts in, hey, I'd like to update my business address. And then we reply, thank you for your email. It appears you do not need a shipping quote. And then we reply accordingly. And then lastly, when somebody actually, puts in all the information where it says, hello, I need to ship 2 packages of office supplies from Cook Islands to Utah, total weight, so on and so forth. And then we respond, here are 2 packages weighing 99 pounds from Cook Islands to Utah, will be $600 US dollars. All right. So here's a good example of the net of it is, again, automation taking care of repeatable, mundane tasks. But keep in mind that with us and using AI models, this is just one example of a simple task, but we could be, again, just as you saw here, here's a workflow of this task. We could be create a huge workflow that has multiple and very complicated tasks. Right. So the good benefit with Automation Hero is not only are we an end-to-end solution, but also that we can handle structured, repeatable, mundane tasks to alleviate the customer service backlog, but also very complicated tasks as well. All right. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and show a little bit more about our platform. So in a nutshell, Automation Hero platform is called Hero Flow, and we have basically 5 different parts. All right. And so if we look at it, we have Flow Studio, which you just saw, where you can basically create the workflow to do if and or statements, regular expressions, rule-based, and then it could be rule-based with AI augmented decisions. And then we have AI Studio. AI Studio is where we're doing artificial intelligent models. We have a saying where we say, bring your own or create your own. And so in AI Studio, you can create your own AI model. And just like Anil showed you in his demo earlier, where he was in AI Studio, where it showed, here's all the data that comes in. In his example, I think he only had 3 data elements, which was great. And then the accuracy rate went from like a 4% up to like 70%. And so basically with AI Studio, citizen developers could be creating this all on their own and create AI models as well. All right, the next part is Robin. And Robin is basically where we have a human interaction or attended automation or a human in the loop automation, what we call it. I like to think of Robin as making automations actionable. So like just a seesaw where he showed you a queue to say, oh, hey, Mr. CSR or Mrs. CSR agent, you have 3 things that you need to address. That could be a queue. And so the main benefit of Robin is not only does it put human in the loop for a feedback loop for what he was talking about, but it also could be a huge dashboard for people as well. A great example that I love to use every time is a salesperson is off on vacation for a couple of weeks, and they come back and they have all these information, all these emails to go through. And it couldn't be just a salesperson. It could be you or me or anyone else. And the first thing Robin could do is go ahead and go through all their emails and go, hey, we noticed these 20 emails. These are new opportunities and have a high probability of being opportunities. Would you like me to create 20 new opportunities in Salesforce.com? And with the click of just one button, it creates 20 new opportunities instead of a salesperson manually having to create those opportunities, which would take an enormous amount of time. All right. The next part that I want to talk about is Sonar, and that's our process mining tool, basically where we could be looking at your data lakes that you currently have today, start to look at scenarios that are repeatable. Also, we could be looking at, for example, CSRs to see, okay, what kind of process are they following? What most applications are they using? Are they following your current process flow and standard operating procedures? And so Sonar could be used for data mining and also, hey, what's your current process look like, and see if we can maximize that and make that more efficient. Intelligent OCR, like regular OCR, it's completely different. OCR, as many of you may know, is where you create templates and you have to maintain them continuously, and the accuracy rate of those traditional OCR applications and software are somewhere in the 40 to 50% off the shelf, versus intelligent OCR is going to be using an AI model to not only extract all that data, but make intelligent decisions on that data. And the difference between regular traditional OCR and intelligent OCR is intelligent OCR doesn't really care where the data is. We don't have to create a template to say, hey, name's always going to be here and PO is going to be always here. For us, we're basically ingesting all that data, pulling down that text, and using an AI model to pull out that data. And so that's a completely different. And then the benefit of that is our accuracy rate from the get-go starts at 75% or higher, and then it just gets better, versus traditional OCR is in the below 50%. Right?